You can call me Wendy, anyone you prefer. You're tuned into Relationship 360, where we discuss relationship issues and every single thing that concerns marriages. And as always, I'm never alone in the studio. I have with me seated here today, Barrister Olumide Kayode Omoshebi, the CEO of the Gnosis Initiative. He's also a legal practitioner, aka lawyer, and he's always willing to help you, provided you are willing to be helped. Today's topic, we'll be discussing illegitimate marriages. Illegitimate marriages. Barrister Olumide, how are you doing today? Hope you're good.
Good morning, Wendy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hope you didn't see the rain.
I saw the rain. I hope you didn't see the rain. I saw the rain. Trust me.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you once again for tuning in to listen to us as you do every Saturday. Some of us for years. We really appreciate you, and we do not take you for granted. Good morning to you all. Last week it seems I well how would I put it? It seems we made a very significant impact as the messages and calls on the topic till death do us part was profound, especially the question I responded to from a pastor asking about the ordination to join people in marriage. And at what point do you tell people to separate, to leave the marriage? The calls were just profound. The messages were profound. And I thank a lot of people who went to research and found that, yes, what I was saying was very true and that they never had even thought about that because that is how they had been raised to believe. You have to be careful if, particularly when you say God called you, but you are teaching doctrines of a church and not the authority of the pure scriptures. If it's either God called you or your church called you. You have to know the difference, because if you get there and say God called you, but you are teaching what is known as the doctrines of a church and not doctrines of the Bible, then you just have to know who called you or who sent you, not just to begin to dabble into where you are not authorized to go. Uh, Lots of people call me about how they were unjustly sacked from their jobs. They want to do a case against the company, how their landlord had given them a quit notice unjustly. Some people, they were beaten and this happened, and so on. I simply tell them that that is not what I do. I attend only to family law, relationships, marriages, domestic violence and abuse, child sexual abuse. Every other thing I do not attend to. Not that I don't know how to, we are trained for all of that, but I have an idea and can do that, but that is not what I have carved out or where I believe I am called. So I do not, once you start talking, I tell you, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You want me to be your lawyer I just tell you, that is not what I do. You have to always know your boundaries and enforce your boundaries, or you would get into trouble. Today, we will be considering a notorious issue. It's something that uh, is really, in 2023, it was the number two problem we had. It was in 2023 that I actually identified it as a cause. It was just a situation to a lot of us, but I did not view it as a cause. So it was 2023 where it became so much. I think it was on the 9th of December 2023 when I was considering the cases of abuse and domestic violence and delinquency, that is juvenile delinquency for 2023, that it occurred to me that a lot of issues stemmed from one particular seed, and it is called illegitimate unions. Illegitimate unions. Now, the word illegitimate is an adjective, and the Oxford Dictionary defines it as not authorized by law or not in accordance with accepted standards or rules. The Collins Dictionary describes illegitimate or an illegitimate person as someone born of parents who are not married to each other. So we find that the legal status of a child at birth refers to the marital status of the mother. So we would focus on an illegitimate union. Now, according to the dictionary definition, it means a union uh, that is not authorized by law or not in accordance with accepted standards or rules, which is, it is not in acceptance or acceptable by tradition, and it is not recognized by law. So, what is an illegitimate union? That is when a man and woman are living together as though they are husband and wife, but are in fact not legally or traditionally married. It came to a high point in 2023 when we found that lots of men and women living together and giving birth to children randomly were not legally married, and that became, or that grew to become, a primary source of domestic violence and abuse and a lot of child delinquency, that is, children exposed to all kinds of issues. Why? Because of the status of their parents. Now, there is no law and there is no legal term for this in Nigeria except illegitimacy, which is also against tradition and against religion. Nothing supports either law, either religion or tradition. Nothing supports a man and woman living as though they are husband and wife, giving birth to children, but their status is not that of marriage. So much abuse in this kinds of relationship because it has no cover. How can you just move in with a man? Usually, firstly, because of pregnancy. You say, I got pregnant for him, so you just moved in with him and you continue like that till you give birth. Then you say, okay, don't worry, we will do introduction, we'll go and meet the parents, we are coming, we are coming. But the cost of taking care of that child takes over the the intention for marriage, and then another child comes, and then you have two children still not married, then another child comes, then you have three children and still not married. The major cause of some people is pregnancy. They blame it on pregnancy, that I got pregnant for him. But pregnancy is not a change of location. It is just a biological thing growing inside you. More annoying is the fact that some parents push their daughters to go and meet the man who got them pregnant and live with the man. Let the man take care of this growth in you called a child that they cannot know. You go and meet him. Why? Because probably a mistake in, when you have sexual intercourse, unprotected sexual intercourse, and you call the pregnancy a mistake. It's funny because what were you expecting? You cannot have unprotected sex and then say that you mistakenly got pregnant. Those are mutually exclusive. It cannot be. It cannot be. You eat and then you are full. You can't say you mistakenly got full. How? You were eating. You cannot mistakenly get pregnant when you are having unprotected sex and you are not. What do they use? Is it contraceptives, things to prevent pregnancy? I don't know how you do it. But when it happens, it happens. It wasn't a mistake, it was the result of an action. But then you are pregnant and the house becomes unbearable for you, especially when you are living with your parents who now push you to meet a man who now does not marry you. I think a parent should be concerned, or parents should be concerned that, come, the person we drove her to stay with, the child has been born. Of course, you now know that you are grandparents. Some of you even go to do omugo in the house of a man that did not marry your daughter, or they are not married as at that time yet. More ridiculous is that you now go and do a second omugo in the same house of a man who did not marry you, your daughter, after the first child. But you still pack yourselves and go and do child naming, then omugo for number two. No bride price, no court marriage. A lot of people said, but we did introduction. You need to understand that introduction is not marriage. In fact, we do introductions every day. We did one introduction when Wendy came here. Hi, Wendy, I'm Olumide.
Yes.
Yes, how are you doing? Oh, you're replacing on here. Nice. That was an introduction. The only thing we did not do is bring drinks.
Yeah.
You get introduced to people every day, and that introduction is not marriage. So when people say, but we did introduction, what do you think introduction is? You might say that is a step to marriage. No, that is just a social formality. Marriage is paying bride price, coming with your people, your family as witnesses, and paying the bride price, or going to the local government registry to be married legally, or doing a Sharia marriage. Those are the only three recognized processes of marriage in Nigeria. But you did nothing, neither of the three, and you are giving birth. What shocks me is that it spreads across all traditional, social, and even religious circles. Last year I was at a church, and I don't know what moved me to ask for people when we were talking about domestic violence, and they said people who were married should raise their hands. Parents, they raised their hands, and I said, those of you who are legally married, stand. The pastor quickly came to me and said, that they cannot, that would embarrass the church. I said, how? He said that, he would, he just came and he was really fidgeting. And he was telling me that, we are counseling them to go, a lot of them. And even the people on the pulpit mentioned some of the pastors said, they just did, but please, let's just keep that. I said, are you telling me that you are pastoring a group of people who are living in, it is not even adultery, it is fornication? Because what you are doing, first of all, is illegal. It is called illegitimate, both in law, both in your religion, both in your tradition. There is nothing that supports it. So you are telling me, the last time I said illegitimate children, people were saying, don't call them illegitimate. Please look at the dictionary for what an illegitimate person is. It is defined by dictionary as someone born outside marriage. That means both parents are not legally married. And when I'm talking, I also did that. So I will start with myself. My first son, I did not marry the mother. So when you see, I always, when you want to flog, you start with yourself, using yourself as the example. I was also guilty of that. But you cannot encourage an entire, when you know it is wrong, the person cannot be given a role, the person cannot be an example, a mouthpiece for an organization where the status is wrong. So here you find parents who keep going for omugwo of their children who are not legally married. Now you have religious circles who keep anointing or ordaining men and women who are not legally married. You can imagine a pastor who is not married joining someone that is who is not legally married, joining people in marriage. You can imagine an imam conducting nikai, and his own status is illegal as well. These cause problems in future. In fact, I have an egbon who is the GO of the church. As in, when you say GO, he is GO. He started the church. He built the church. The church is not, is around, not too far from where I live. But he and his wife are not legally married. Their children have graduated from the university. They are not legally married, and they are wedding people in that church. So I don't really talk when he says, that is, I'm going far from you. I said, I tell him that I cannot be very close to you because you are an aberration when you are on the pulpit. It is a shame. You should send people. You see, shall we continue to sin so that grace will continue? This thing causes problems. I would start with the first problem. Almost 48% of cases of domestic violence and abuse are from people who are in illegitimate unions. Number one, it was pregnancy that brought them together. They are staying together because the woman got pregnant. Number two, juvenile delinquents. A lot of children that run away from home, a lot of children that become rebellious are from homes where their parents are not legally married. It is when it was in 2023 that it became something December, because I was given an assignment. And it just occurred to me that, all these people are not legally married. When I keep calling them, I said, okay, so how long have you been, how did I even start? What kind of marriage did you do? Traditional or court marriage? He said, he didn't really pay but we did introduction. I said, he didn't pay your bribe. What, are you married or not? He said, we're not really married. It's either you are married or not married. Not that there is a third option called we are not really married. There is no other option. It's either a yes or no. How do you keep having 2, 3, 4, 5 children and you are not legally married? Yes, a man can promise you that he will marry you. After the first child and he doesn't marry you, you cannot have a second child. You have to find your way back to where you are coming from. A man that did not marry you after the first child, will he not marry you after the second child or marry you after the third child? And then you have some very funny parents that will say, don't live with one child, at least have another child. How can parents be encouraging that kind of, is it social manipulation? Is it traditional manipulation? As if the children will be the determinant of her future. And some women will say, I can't leave him. After I have one child for him, and I will now go. Are you married to him? This thing costs people. How do you think it is when you let us even the legal aspect is absolutely. Let me tell you something. A man marries you, doesn't marry you, and you want to claim next of kin when he dies. If after your 4 children, he just does traditional marriage for another woman, or he just because court marriage is very cheap. I think that is the cheapest kind of marriage. They will calculate everything. It's not up to 100,000. It's not up to. It's not even up to 60,000 to do court marriage. It's not up to 60,000. And that was what this my GO was arguing with the wife. Said, if after all these years you have not married me, we won't do traditional. We must do court marriage. And they were calling me to it. Was when I heard what he was saying, I didn't answer. I didn't respond. I said, Egbon, this is very. If not that, you are my Egbon. What I would have told you, the general overseer of the church, and that is not the issue. Also, the Olori Ebi of the family. The first daughter not married, second daughter not married. All of them are just in men's houses because you have loose, how would you call it? Your family values are loose. So when they have finished, then one day the man says, leave my house. What do you want to claim? He's simply the father of your child. You are not married. You lose. How can parents be going to do omugo for children, babies that are not born to your daughter and to your sons that are not a result of marriage? You need to legitimize those children. You need to legitimize them. Bring them into marriage. Whether it is, and that's how you will now find, you now create one sharp division. In my own case, I got married. Immediately I went to fight to bring my son into that marriage. Into that marriage. And, in fact, the recognition, everybody knew that. But then you'll be in some areas, you want to travel now. Say, I want to migrate to Canada. Okay, you get to the embassy. Me, my wife, and my children. Can they see your marriage certificate? No. You think they emigrate baby daddies, baby, they would like to emigrate families, legal families, not illegitimate unions and illegitimate children. You have to find to legitimize what you have. It is a protective cover for them. How can, it's just ridiculous. And look at it. Those people are always prone to domestic violence and abuse. They are not legitimately married. They are just reproducing.
Okay, 99.3. We'll be going on a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue.
Info. We'll be right back.
What happened to the signal now?
What is truly living the soft life? Like using Monica Cash to transform your finances. Shopping cart cleared, electricity bill paid, betting wallet funded, crypto exchanged in minutes. Soft life is living with ease, paying for your bills without stress. At Monica Cash, we convert your crypto to naira and prepare your withdrawals to cash in minutes. We charge your time, pay bills, fund betting apps, and buy gift cards all in one smooth app. And yes, your very own virtual USD card. It's in there too. It's smart, sleek, it's stress-free. So, if soft life is what you want, get on Monica Cash today. Download now on Apple Store or Google Play Store, or visit our website, monica.cash, to get started.
6 minutes.
I said don't
Mama
introduce.
twins, where you dey rush dey go? I wan rush go meet that woman wey dey say dey borrow people money now. That is last year
are the pursue and hustle this money they come. Make you the rock kitty kitty. Now this my sister, come on, make you follow who no road. Come now, running people for better livelihood center. They give people money to do business without stress. Then get over 1,000 and who prices to give out this year. Like 82 deep freezer, 58 5 kVA generator, 58 big double door fridge, 82 small double door fridge, 106 3 kVA generator, 480 150 liters coolers and more. These are wood now for grooming member wey don borrow money up to 3 times or more. Raffle draw go share live and direct on the 21st of June 2025. You go use your koro eye see wetin dey happen because we na talking na do. The venue na multipurpose hall number 1 Adebayo Oyelano Street by Nepa bus stop beside Ejigbo mini stadium, Ejigbo Isolo, Lagos. Time na 9 a.m. Bomb. I don't want to. So where? Na no say the
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Welcome back to 99.3 Nigeria Info. And if you just tuned in, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and it is Relationship 360. My name is 1D. So I have with me here Barrister Lumide Kayode Omoshemi, and we are discussing the topic, illegitimate marriages. Before we went on a break, he was giving his opening remarks on that particular topic. Barrister, you can go ahead before we go into the phone lines.
Opening remarks. I had entered inside. A man that will not marry you legally after the first child, after the second child, I don't know what you are doing. He will not marry you, period. It's you can't allow one mistake to keep reproducing mistakes. You said the first one was a mistake, then you stayed, then you continued with the second one, then you stayed, then you continued with when you stay, what do you think will happen? Both of you are living together in the same house, sleeping on the same. What do you think will happen? So part of my decisions for 2024 was never to take a case for those in illegitimate unions with more than one child. You know, once you have more than one child, I will not answer.
Why?
Why? Because once it repeats itself, that means it was intentional. So I will not now start using the money that people gave me to help people to now be helping someone who is intentionally reproduced after then being told to move out, kicked out after 3 children, not married. See, you expose children to all kinds of influence. 37% of men in prisons were born illegitimately, outside wedlock. So those children require more care. They require, you have to, that is why you can't keep reproducing. You have to correct it. Correct it. If you claim it was a mistake, you have to correct it. They have a higher risk of depression as adults. This was a study. You cannot say you are guided. Listen, go and marry her or leave her alone. It's simple. Marry him or leave him alone. What is this dragging people for decades? You will see people staying together for decades. I have one, 18 years.
18 years.
18 years. 4 children.
No marriage.
They are not married. The man now just did engagement, I believe, with another woman, December.
Another woman?
Yes, not the same woman. On Christmas Day. On Christmas Day last year. This woman now came to my office. I was called by security. We close around October. By October, usually our funds are depleted from May, June. So by July, we're rounding up. Said the woman has been staying in my office. She stayed for 2 days. I had to drive down. 3 children. Madam, what is it? Please, I have nowhere to go. He drove me out. He went to marry another woman. I said, okay, slow down. How long have you been married? 18 years. Wow. Did you do court marriage, traditional marriage? We did introduction. I just told the woman to excuse, my office is very close to Panti police station. So I said, Madam, please just excuse me. 18 years. Was it about 3 children? What were you doing? Madam, sorry, there's nothing I can. What do you want me to fight? There's nothing I can. Even if you were legally married,
Yes.
the fight is not even, is not as if it is. Not to talk of you. So what were you doing? Said my parents said that. Then go and meet your parents, man. There's nothing I can do. I would not, even if there was something I could do, I would not. Because that is what happens. Parents, stop pushing your daughters into another man's house simply because they got pregnant. I've said this before. Pregnancy is not a disease. A lot of you parents too had aborted when you were younger. So don't do as if you were a saint. And you fathers too, you got other women pregnant before you got married to your wife. So don't do as if when your daughter now comes home with pregnancy that you are a saint and now drive her away. Do you know how many people you got pregnant when you were younger? Nobody is a saint here. But don't let that one mistake destroy your child's life. Still guide them. Scold them. You can be angry. You can even you go and kill a chicken or something and out of anger. But ladies and gentlemen, after all that, person where they cry go still see road. It is still your daughter and you still have a duty of care. You make one mistake and you want to destroy an entire life because of one mistake. I don't call it mistake, because you people that were sleeping together without protection, and you are saying it was a mistake. How is that? Ladies and gentlemen, let me first allow calls. We're going to have a second segment, but let me just be quiet here. Those of you in religious institutions, how these are the things that embarrass your organization. You ordain people who you have not seen their marriage certificate, who you have no proof of traditional marriage. Just carry one, and there are some women that it was accommodation they were looking for. They just stayed with the guy because they didn't have a place to stay. Pregnancy entered. That is, ridiculous. As you have male friends, you have female friends. You don't have a place to stay. It is with a male friend, and the man really has no intent. We're sleeping at night, and body touch body, and something happened, and then you say you are pregnant, and then you say, I've given birth for him. What does that mean? Stop guiding people in illegitimacy. Marry her, marry him, or leave him. Don't waste our own time. Don't waste our own time. God knows that it is impossible for me to attend any omugwo that they are not legally married. It is impossible for them to bring a child and tell me to bless or pray for a child from parents who are illegitimate. And they are still together. I can pray for a child. But when they are still living together, so what do you want to do? Do you want to marry him or marry her? Or what is the intention? The fact that you see, there's a simple truth. The fact that they gave birth to each other does not mean that they must marry you. It does not mean. They can both be father and mother without being wife and husband. So let us know the dimension of this and let us prepare for it. Right from the beginning. Not that you come midstream. After you have wasted so much years, wasted the years of the children, then you now start coming. And a lot of these children end up with depression. Why? Because of identity. Somebody will just come, and then the man will just fall in love, and then suddenly they don't have a father. Or they don't have a mother. Very high risk of depression as adults. It has happened. Take the children along with you. That's one thing I did. Oh God, if there was public announcement, this is my son. Do you understand? This is my son. Everywhere, every relationship, this is my son. You need to know that this child, I would legitimize him with recognition, with my job as protector, provider. Stay in my house. And his confidence will rise. Not that the children will be without confidence, will be without become weak because of an irregular status created by parents. They abuse them outside. They hear side talks. They know that their parents are not married. And you know the funniest one is that father who did not pay the bride price of the mother will now want to collect bride price from his own daughter. They will now want to marry and then be charging bride price when you did not pay bride price for the mother. These are all aberrations. This does not make sense. Let me first of all yield the phone lines. There will be there's something else I would like to, a phone call I would make later.
Okay. We'll take your contributions now. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Relationship 360. You just heard the barrister's voice, Barrister Lumidi. And my name is Wonderful. So the male only line is 0201 277 0993. The female only line is 0201 465 7190. I'll take it again. The male only line is 0201 277 0993. The female only line is 0201 465 7190. And our WhatsApp number is 080 9597 5805. 080 9597 5805. Okay, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. No, I think we have to let this go. The network is bad.
Yes, the network is very bad. Okay, let's take it again. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Please, can you reduce your radio, please? Okay, go on, Hassan.
I completely agree with barrister for the illegitimate children, because in our religion in Islam, so even if they are 10 in number, so they cannot inherit that man at all. Even if he has one child that legal, so the child can take everything. So I quite agree with barrister.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tell them to legalize their marriage. All those who are just staying with living together, giving birth, like it is well with them.
Yes, it is well. But it's very wrong, very wrong.
Absolutely.
Not having a woman without marrying her.
Okay, thank you so much, Hassan, for your contribution. Okay, we have another phone call. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Innocent. I'm calling from.
Okay, Innocent, you have just 1 minute, so let's go. Okay, good.
I want to contribute in the issue of the marriage and what you just said. What you said that you cannot bless child that parents you said now married that is right. Yes, the man is right. You understand? Even the Christianity, Islam, they are the same thing. But like me, presently, I'm above 40 years old, but I'm not yet married, because before I get married in my life, I want to be sure of the person I want to marry to. I want to know the kind of woman that I'm taking in. Not just because I marry you, you give birth to one baby, two child, then you now show off your character, we now divorce. Then I will now start looking for another woman again.
Okay. Okay, sir. Well, the issue is that the truth is, in life, you can never be sure. You can try your best, check out the character, but you can never be sure. Even if you remember, the 12 apostles, one still betrayed Christ, and that was the Christ. So you can never be sure. Now, when I said I will not bless the child of an illegitimate union, what I am talking about is the child of those that remain. You give birth, the child didn't cause any problem. You are the one that brought the child, so the child is innocent. Do you understand? But then the parents are still there. They are still together and now bringing
more children.
And you're telling me to, I won't do that because they are still together. So it's not that I'm not, you bring the first one.
Yeah. I understand.
So
why I'm not yet married is that because I don't want that divorce of a king.
I
want to be sure of somebody I'm getting married.
I wish
ladies I'm engaged with, I normally play with them for me to just know the kind of human
date them.
I'm always afraid.
Okay, thank you, Innocent. Thank you.
Innocent, like your name is, you are innocent too.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Miracle, go on. You have 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
I'm married. I would say that I'm married, but my father-in-law didn't collect the bride price. The bride price on my side is very low, could be 100 naira, could be 1,000, depending on the family. We did everything, the whole ceremony, everything in the list was done. We did the traditional marriage, we did the...
Yeah, I understand. So they charged you a bride price, you gave it to them, but they refunded it to you. So you completed everything. Yes, you completed everything. What they needed was the gesture of that bride price. Yes, I come from a place that is very similar. They don't usually collect bride price. If you give them 5 naira, they might take 50 kobo and give you 450. So you completed that right of making the offer. You have no problem. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Barrister, we have a question here. This is from Modup from Lagos. He says, what about a case where a man is legally married in Lagos, caught and marriage and church marriage, and went outside Lagos to marry another woman in a traditional way? Who is the legal wife between the two?
The first wife. If it is the first wife was legal, court marriage.
Court and church marriage.
So the second wife is illegal.
Okay.
It's only a traditional it's only traditional marriages that you can do maybe 1 or 2 wives. But once it is court marriage, it is 1 wife. Unless you divorce that 1 wife, you cannot marry another.
Anyways, hope we've been able to answer your questions more deeply. Okay, let's see. This person wants to remain anonymous. He says, but I regret being married to my wife. She used pregnancy to hold me down. I don't want her to be bitter. I got out of marriage because of her and I'm in a mess. This is
I don't get
Oluchi.
She used pregnancy to hold me down.
Yes, the wife used pregnancy to hold the person down, and he regrets being married to her. And he has gotten out of the marriage. He has gotten out of the marriage, I believe, and he says he's in a mess. Maybe he did not just explain himself clearly.
Okay.
Anyways, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Badagry. My name is Ella.
Okay, go on, Ella.
I just want to say well done to the barrister.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, it's my personal case. He was saying something about getting married legally. That doesn't make that it's easy for the man to send the wife and the children away. But my own case is that I'm legally married and I'm being abandoned with the children like that. So I want to ask the barrister that in a situation like that, you are legally married and you are being abandoned with the children, and the man did nothing about it. And somehow, the marriage certificate, which I suspected was stolen from my hand by him. So in such a situation, what can somebody do?
First of all, if you go to the court, there is provision for that. Someone cannot just be irresponsible with children. You give birth to children, you are legally married, and you just throw them out. But we have a problem. Marriage certificate, whether the person takes, I don't know why people fight over that. If a person takes it, you know the registry you got married to. You just go and do an affidavit and request for the certified true copy. They will give you another copy. You tell them it's missing. They will give you an no marriage registry where you got married. The local government you got married, you just give an affidavit that your original is missing. You give them the day and the date you got married. They will look out for it for you, and they will give you a certified true copy. So the problem we have in Nigeria, are you working? Are you working, ma? Do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job.
While you were married, you had a job, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is why we tell women never to leave their jobs. In Nigeria, men get away with this very regrettably. They get away with it by just abandoning their children with the woman and just disappearing or refusing to pay their school fees, refusing to. There's somebody that said he can only afford 15,000 naira on 3 children per month. 15,000. And it was allowed. But you allowed this. But you allowed it. You allowed it. No. So why did you marry him? Why did you give him? How many children do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2. The first child should have been the first child should have been all. When you now see that this person is not taking care of children, how do you give more children to someone who is not taking care of the children? I think we have how many seconds?
Yes, we have to go on a quick break.
Except she can hold on.
Yes, if you can call back, please do. We have to go on a quick break. When we come back, it's still illegitimate marriages. You're tuned into 99.3 Nigerian Info.
Illegitimate Unions.
Listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I don't know, man. These days, all you hear is save, invest, save, invest. Wait, how do you guys find this money? Is it not someone that is settled that will have money to save and invest? And even if I manage to invest or save, the interest rates are so low. And one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on. Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 naira or that urgent 2k in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and earn solid returns on your investment. And you can withdraw your money from your account for free. Anytime you like, just dial *724# on your mobile phone and follow the prompts.
Oh, so no need to download an app or join a long queue.
Dial *724# now to get started. Fund 724 is available 24/7. Guaranteed Trust Fund Managers is a
We are back like we never left. And we're going on a quick time check, but I'll use this opportunity to read out the phone lines and where you can send us a message as well. If you're just tuning in, it's Relationship 360. My name is Wendy, and I'm here with Barrister Lumidi. Kayode Omoshegi. So the mail only line is 0201 277 0993. I'll take it again. 0201 277 0993. And the female only line is 0201 465 7190. You can send us a message on WhatsApp, which is 08095975805. I think we can squeeze one phone call. We can take one phone call. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay. Okay, Bill, do you have just 1 minute? So let's go. You're welcome.
Good morning, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
I really want to ask you in a situation where the couple introduce themselves to the family after having one kid, and the family sat down, maybe about two from both parties, and they gave their consent. They brought drinks, and it was accepted, and they both left. I want to ask, what do you think of that? Can you really call that a marriage?
I don't even understand that. What that means is that the family sat down with what? As in husband and suppose husband and suppose wife came. Continue.
Yes.
What did they now do?
The two family members came together. Although they find it child.
We have to hurry.
So the two families now came together. So two or three from both parties.
Did he pay bride price? Was there a marriage?
And money exchange agreement.
Okay. Please, can you stay on the line? We're going on a quick time check. When we come back, we'll sort out this question. Just stay on the line, please. Thank you.
This isn't a Game of Thrones. It's a game of information.
The German foreign minister went to Beijing to reaffirm that Europe would not let China invade Taiwan.
And more information.
Because we can't keep taking the fall for your own mess, for your own mistakes. And more information.
We did some work on the third mainland bridge before. Where are there potholes now?
You wanna play?
Political way to disturb. Let me tell you.
It's game on. Let the games begin.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, we're back. And are you still there? Hello, good morning. Hello?
Yes, morning.
Okay,
Alright,
what's your
thank
name?
you.
What's your name? What's your name, please?
My name is Jordan. I'm calling from.
Okay, Biodu, continue.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Mr. Biodun, you see, we cannot mistaken a marriage. We cannot mistaken a union, a legal union. So the question is, once you start asking questions about the mode, then there is something amiss. I said, was there bride price? You said they exchange money. I don't understand.
No, money exchange hands.
What does that mean? Was money, even in introduction, money exchanges hands?
I wouldn't say that's the right side.
So that's the point. Let them marry. Let them do a proper marriage that is, what do you call it? You cannot mistake it.
Yes.
It's something that is very unambiguous. It is that, oh, these people are married. We attended the marriage. We were there for,
You can even do it.
Thank you. We have to move. Thank you very
Thank you so
much,
much,
Mr.
Biodu.
Abiodun, for holding on. Thank you, sir. You cannot mistake a marriage. You cannot mistake a marriage celebration or a birthday celebration. You will know where you are. Let's move on.
Okay. I thought you were going to take a phone. You were going to make a phone.
Yeah,
call.
we'll do that.
Okay. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Ikorodu.
What's your name?
Kunle from Ikorodu.
Kunle. Listen, he said Kunle from Ikorodu.
Please go ahead, sir.
I'm the first person to call this morning, and you just come say that you cannot continue with this. Now, let me come in. Barrister, you have been doing a very wonderful job. I follow your subscribe from 2020.
Thank you, sir.
You cannot just get. I agree with everything that you said, but you need some explanation.
Okay.
For the teaching public.
Yeah.
I happen to be a retired teacher.
Yes, sir.
And I want to say great white.
Hey, greatest of the greatest of the greatest you are, sir. Amen, sir.
Anytime you come across a UI, you know that it's a UI. Why? Because we say great UI. Then the person will now connect to greatest. We are the greatest. There are only two universities in Nigeria.
Absolutely. And the others. Full stop.
Yes. So I really enjoy your program. But you need some explanation.
Okay.
Well, about 20 years ago when I was marking white, we marked one passage and they talk about common law marriage. You need to explain that. What is common law marriage? They said that when people cohabitated and possibly they are giving birth to children, the government or law recognizes that the children from that particular something. But you're talking about illegitimate
no, sir.
You need to explain that. Begin to look at it.
Let me explain to you, sir. When you talk of common law, the first thing that goes to your mind is the United Kingdom, that is England. And those are the ones that practice that abnormality. And that is why their society is the way it is. The juvenile delinquency is there when people are not sure of their status as children. Now, in their law, once you live together, once you move in together, they say you are deemed married. How? In Nigeria, it is not so. The law tells you there are only 3 recognized. 1, court marriage. 2, traditional marriage. 3, nikah. That is Islamic marriage. Simple. That one is not common law marriage. Please let us shift it back to where it came from. So if church is not there, you can, that one is a matter for legislature. It is not there. Church marriage is not there. This is not a church state, unless Lagos State decides that they want to be like a Sharia state and they now become a Christian state and start using the Bible. That is not it. We follow the law. We don't question the law.
I agree with you, sir. But what I want to let you know is there are situations when people will come together. They are not binded by issue of pregnancy. I will give you.
Okay, sir, we don't have that time. But I will tell you, sir, that don't subscribe to alternatives. There is no alternative to marriage. There is no alternative to marriage. You cannot go now and they ask you, are you married? Yes, you are legally married. Bring your marriage certificate. You are now saying common law, or you are saying, well, they've been living together. No, there is no alternative. There is none. If you are old enough to decide you want to start having children, then be old enough to do the right thing as per law. Get married. Get married.
Okay, Kunle.
Thank you, Mr. Kunle. That is all I would engage now. Thank you, sir.
Okay, this is Rotimi from Lagos, and he says, "Good morning, barrister. My late mom understood this decades ago when my younger sister got pregnant for a guy, and all of us were upset, including my dad. But my mom accepted the pregnancy, and my sister stayed with all of us until she returned to school. Today, my sister is married to another man who never married before. They have 3 children, and the boy my sister has is with them, and the man trained him and loves the boy. The boy is graduating this year. Thank you, barrister."
Thank you very much. Just very simple. Just very simple. The mother was the deciding factor that you don't destroy a child's life because they get very pregnant. Anything could happen. Do you know some of these people were even raped? It wasn't as if the sex was consensual. It was, but she can't tell you. Because you will say, waiting you find, go the boys' hostel. Waiting you find, go, So they just keep quiet that, well, now me put myself here. And then you say, oh yeah, Go and then go and marry your rapist.
Okay, let's take a phone call. Hello, good morning. Okay, this is Ayo. Okay, let me take this message. This is Ayo. He says, "Good morning, Barrister and Wendy. Thanks for all you're doing. From experience, many people are ignorant. They are in illegitimate unions. Many just live as lovers, but because they have children and have been living together for ages. I hope women should insist on legalizing their union." Hmm. This is Ayo. Okay, let's take a few messages. Let's take a phone call now. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Adekunke. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Okay.
Good morning, Winnie.
Good morning, Mr. Adegoke. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. I've been listening to you for a long time.
Thank you very much,
Right
sir.
now, yes, sir. And I really thank God for what God is doing in your life.
What I want to discuss with you, I don't think it's something I can discuss with you right now, but I'll just give you. I've been married for 20 years. I'm 52 years old. I have 3 children. I did a court wedding, yes, but my wife, she's a threat to my life. She has attempted to kill me 3 times. A particular night, I was sleeping. I just woke up in the middle of the night. I saw my wife on top of me with a knife, about to stab me. I don't know, it was God that just woke me up. I woke up and quickly took the knife away from her. And recently, just like last week, 2 weeks ago, I was hospitalized because my wife used this omoliodo. This patient,
she used piston, yeah.
She hit me on the left side of my head and on the left side of my stomach. I had internal bleeding in my brain.
Okay.
I was admitted.
Mr. Adegoke.
Yes.
So you say you have been married for how long?
I've been married for 20 years.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
And you are still living in that house?
Exactly. That's what everybody's asking me. How am I still staying with her? Actually, I asked her to leave.
You are asking her to leave, or you should leave? Who is the one that is almost dying? Are you not the one that should leave?
Yes, I know. But maybe because of some logistics and other reasons, that's why I'm the one paying for the house. The 3 bedrooms.
It doesn't matter. Once you stop paying the rent, you can go and pay the rent in another place. Get your children. Do you know this? She should be in prison for attempted murder, but you keep her and feed her and house her enough to repeat the attempt on your life again.
I'm confused. I have all the evidences on my phone. I will call you after this.
No, sir. What are you doing with evidence? Isn't it someone who is alive that we will use evidence? Do you use evidence against corpses, as in someone is dead, now we're using evidence to what? To bring you back to life?
No, to show people, to let people like yourself, to show the evidence of what she did, the picture.
What you don't need to show, you need to live. You need to be alive. That is LIVE. You need to live. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. So how much more? Your children are watching the death attempts. They know.
Yeah, they witness everything.
And that is okay with you for your children to watch?
It's not barrister. It's not. It's horrible. I can't sleep at night.
Do you have family? Do you have family?
Of myself?
Yes. Your father, your mother, your siblings?
No, actually, my parents, both my parents are late, but I have siblings.
And they know.
Yes.
Someone should beat some sense into you. They should beat some sense into you. If you want to die, then let them take it as if, okay, we already have, we have grieved, knowing that, yes, we've cried. We know that you are going to die, so you can now die if you want to. I mean, what are you talking about? And you are still in that house? Okay, Mr. Adegoke.
Can I talk to
No, sir. When you leave, you can talk to me. When you leave, you talk to me. You call me, you are the Mr. Degoke. I have left. Then I will talk to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
I wish you all the best. What, Mr. Degoke? What did you just say on national? What did?
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Austin. I'm calling from Otta.
Okay, go on, Austin.
I just want to support our barrister this position. This position on marriage cannot be mistaken. Yes, even tradition that.
Austin, we're finding it difficult to hear you.
You know, it's raining heavily,
Yes.
so so the network.
Austin, can you call back or can you?
No, okay. Can you?
We can hear you now.
Oh yeah, say what you want to say now. We can hear you.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is this: even tradition support your position, sir. Because in Delta State, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
In Delta State, if you have been living with a woman that has children, and on the day that one of them is about to marry, it will be impossible for her to marry until the father and the mother
are legitimate.
Okay,
well,
Austin,
thank you, sir.
Can
Thank you, sir. So, thank you, sir. So there is someone I would want to put on the line. So I talked with her some years back, and her story is very. I would like us to quickly say something in about 6 minutes. She called me yesterday, and her son, she was looking for a job for her first son, but the journey almost took my neck off when I thought I knew what happened until I started finding out some more information. Hello, ma.
Hello, sir.
How are you, ma?
I'm fine, sir.
Good morning. Let me just call you Vicky for the sake of code name.
Okay, sir.
Madam Vicky, can you just briefly tell us what, first of all, thank you for agreeing to share. Tell me what happened to you in marriage.
Okay, sir. Actually, we were working in the same company. I was too young then, so even though my late boss then warned me against him that his character, the way he does things and all that I should stay away from him. So I took his advice, but I now broke up with him. So 1 month later, I discovered that I was pregnant. So I went to him. I told him that I'm pregnant. I don't want to marry him because I already discovered the kind of person that he is. So
you saw his character.
Yes, I saw it and I told him that I'm no longer interested. I already broke up with him, but after 1 month, I discovered that I was pregnant. I was one that I went to see him in his house. I told him that I am pregnant for you, but I don't want marriage because the kind of person that you are, I can't to.
Okay, go on.
That you want to marry me, all that. So we're like, okay, after giving, so I didn't want to marry him. I don't want to prolong, but at the end of the day, my mother insisted that being the first daughter that I should marry him. So it was even after the delivery of the child that I did the traditional marriage. Even then, even when my mother came, I told her that I just going with you, that I can't stay with this man, that I can't cope. I was 23 going to 24 then, that I can't cope. My mother was like, even though she too, the way the man is behaving is not good, but it's not good for me to come back home with a child. And even if I want to leave, I should give my son either
a brother. You shouldn't come back home with a child. You should come back with 2 or more children. Okay.
So I told my mom that I can't cope. She was like, that is not good for me to come back home and all that. So thing continued. Even I was just leaving and going, but this time I leave and they will tell me to go back. I left 4 times. So the first one that I made up my mind, I'm not going back again. This man abused me from day one, because even the day I gave birth in the hospital, three women came. I was like, these people were in the same office. How come? One of them said that she came to confirm if actually I gave birth, that this man wanted to marry her. I said, yeah, I'm not aware. So from day one of that marriage, it was so abusive. But what kept me there was that number one, I don't have the capital to stay on my own, and my father, everybody, my whole family turned against me. Not that they don't know that I was suffering, but their concern was that I would that if my coming back will be a shame of them. So that was how it continued. I was going and coming back. So even before you know it, I gave birth to second child. Then I left. They still push me back. Even what? Hello, sir.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
When I gave birth to my second daughter, the abusive, the man was so abusive. His words pierces my soul. He treats me anyhow. He beats me. The way they keep on telling me that I'm not his wife, that because of pregnancy. I said, if because of, I told you I don't want to marry you. It was just, the trauma, the torture was just too much. I had to take it upon myself. I went to one customary court at Ocean because we are living at Mafoluku then. I told the God that I don't want to marry again. They now said that I should bring my family member, everybody was there. When they heard my story and how young I was facing that kind of challenges, even the magistrate was crying on my behalf, was telling my uncle, the one that my father still direct, that can you allow this young lady to be in this kind of abusive marriage, that he is dissolving the marriage, that he want me to be free. My uncle now said they should give them time to go and settle it in a family way. When we came out of the court, my uncle was like, how can you say you want to be a divorcee at this young age? The problem that my family pushed me, I had no support, but as time goes on, I took it upon myself because this man will not bring money for food, he will not pay school fees, and he put the children in expensive school. I don't have this money. At a stage, I have to, call my father that, I realized that if I continue working and making money, he will not get me the way he wanted. So I now went and opened a shop, baby shop. Now told my father that I don't want me to be working again. And my father supported.
Okay. We have a few. Oh God, how do we do this now? So when you left, how far with the children? How many children?
I have 3 children.
When you now left, what happened?
When I now left, I called the family when I now left, we went to court, and the court said that she should be bringing 15,000 every month for the 3 kids, which she didn't do. So I struggled the problem. When I left, we were even at times we would stay for 3 days no food. But what happened that I was determined that I'm going to give my children the best. I thank God that today one have graduated, one is graduating this year. But when I left
one has graduated.
Yes, sir.
The second will be graduating this year. When?
She will be finishing around August, September.
Then the third is where?
The third is going to SS2 by September.
How do you feed? How do you pay their school fee? How do you do all that?
I work, but my kind of work is not something that give me a regular income. But one thing with me that I don't close mouth. Whenever the need arises, I ask for help, but definitely not for my family. Because when my son got admission, my father told me I should send him to apprentice to go and learn how to trade. So whatever I'm doing, I know that I'm alone. Barrister, it has not, because 3 times I attempted suicide. But what kept me going was, if I die, what will happen to these children? I don't have a family that I know that they can take care of them.
Okay.
So at times I beg, I borrow. Even as of now, because my son did his induction and house rent and everything, I'm having a standing. But one thing I told myself that I'm not going to give up. But it has not been easy.
So two things struck me when we had the conversation. First of all, the fact that how old were your children when you left?
My first son was 13 years.
Hold on. Even before 13 years, who was paying their school fees?
I'm the one.
Okay.
Because what he does, that he will go to the school, he will give them check as kind of their page. He will give them teller that they are paid. Then the bank will call the school that is a bounce check. So this man accumulated a lot of debt for me. Even before when we are there, I was the one paying.
Okay.
He will beat me, and if I complain, he will go to the church and be making noise. He will beat me and beat the children join. Even when we are there, this man will not bring food.
Okay.
Come back around 11 in the night. He will go to the pot and eating direct from the pot.
Okay, it is well. What amazed me here is the fact that you had no support from your family. Your father even told you not to send your children to school.
Yeah, even when the second one got admission, he called me and told me that I'm doing too much.
Okay.
That I should not put two children in university. There's one thing I told myself that even if no matter the difficulty, but like hunger, everything, but I promised myself that the best I can do for these children is education.
Thank you. Hold on, where I'm going now. Some people, I tell that once you find out that someone is irresponsible, don't give more birth to more children. A problem we have is family always pushing you to give birth for more children. So give birth to all the children you want to give birth here. So you don't go and be giving birth. It is wrong advice. Now, the same family, after pushing her into giving birth to more children, now denied her support. Now she single-handedly has raised 3 children. She called me yesterday and was asking if I know anybody that the son did the medical lab, science lab, is it medical lab? And that she's looking for. And the way she was calling, the way she was, looking for a job for the child, I wanted to ask, okay, where is your husband? Then I remember that she's been the only one doing all this. And then, not to talk of the ton of money she owes. She keeps owing just to raise the children. I know, don't worry. End what? Mechono. Oh yeah, we would just keep listening to the program. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, we're going a quick break, and if you're just tuning in, you're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's Relationship 360. We will be back. First, Lindy, you were saying something before we left.
Yes. So this is what moves me. Rather than asking for money, she was asking for a job. And the way she had called day before yesterday, she called again. The barrister, people help. I say, I'm always looking for trouble. But when it comes to helping people get jobs, I'm a lawyer, I don't have that kind of influence. Then, the way she was going about it, I was like, it's a father who ought to be fighting like this for the children. And I got an idea of how much money she actually owed for the child's induction, the rent she paid for the child in Enugu, and the joy that he has finally finished. But another one is going to graduate in August. She was, when I was, she didn't ask me for all that. I was the one asking questions. I want to appeal to people there. Please, if you know anybody, if there's somebody, he did science lab tech or something like that, so most likely he will work in a medical institution just to start up. Where there was no father, this woman did everything she could to give the children a better life, against family wishes, against family pressure. The only thing that I think she hasn't done now is to start sleeping around.
And the fact that she even said she attempted suicide.
No, she did.
Oh my God.
If anybody can help, if anybody can assist, I don't have. If I had, these are the kind of people that deserve some kind of help. Some kind of financial support to help up. In fact, I married a woman just like this. 3 children, yes.
Wow.
3 children.
Your wife?
Yes, carrying the bukata of 3 children by herself gallantly. My wife is a tout. She carried it like a man. So, God, I hope I will eat.
She's a superwoman.
So, women like this.
Yeah.
Please, if any medical institution, please, you can just help out. Even if as is, I don't know how and I want to support this woman. I have never met her before, but I know her story. This is not the first time we've been talking. She's just struggling. And finally, the children too. One graduated last year, the other is graduating this year. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, let's take a few messages.
Let's go back to the phone calls.
This person wants to remain anonymous, and he says, "Please, what do I do? What do I need to do? I'm happily married for 8 years and still counting. We did TM church wedding, but we have not done our court wedding. What is the possibility for a court wedding now?"
No, sir. Once you have done traditional marriage, you are legally married. That is legal. It is recognized by law. You can either do traditional or do court marriage, but if you want to, you can do both. Either of them, you are okay.
And someone else is asking, what's the difference between bride price and dowry?
Dowry, okay, bride price is what the man pays to the family of the wife. Dowry is what the wife pays to the family of the man. Nigeria does not do dowry system. It exists in Asia, in like Pakistan, those ones. The women marry the men. The women pay the family of the men. So that is.
Okay, we'll go straight into the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Long time no talk, sir.
How are you?
Okay, you have 1 minute, please. You have 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well done, sir. Good to hear your voice. What's up?
This one, my brother. You know, I always say
That some men are animals.
I know, man.
people say, don't say people get head, not get car. Look at the Tadi cooking. Like you said, you are waiting for somebody to
beat him up to leave. You are looking for evidence. You have evidence. Is it not somebody who is alive who give evidence? Look at me today. You know, it's almost 11 years that I lose my wife, right?
Oh, wow.
But if I marry somebody like that, they will preach wife that the carried knife want to stab me, then I will remain in that marriage. I'll be happy to marry another woman, but because of my late wife, the relationship, the marriage, the lifestyle.
So I find it difficult. I'm looking for a woman like that.
You cannot find though. You cannot find. It is well. He needs to start by helping himself. Yes, thank you, sir. He needs to start by helping himself. Yes, let's move on.
Okay, we'll take this message. And this person says, "Good morning, Nigeria Info. Based on the topic, I want to ask this question. Me and this woman dated for 6 years. While dating, she got pregnant. We went to her village for introduction with hope of getting married. After she must have given birth, unfortunately, she passed 6 weeks after giving birth.
Yeah.
Our daughter is 1 year old already. Now, my question is, if I should later get married in future, what is my daughter's position in the family?"
You bring your daughter to your house. By recognition, she becomes legitimate. By recognition, she becomes legitimate. That is, you raise her within the confines of a home.
Anyways, we have another question. It says, "Good morning, barrister. It is after you explain the topic illegitimate union that I realized my mother's pain and constant fight with my dad. They both separated in 1999 after 3 children together. Now my sisters are grown-ups and are both married and at both weddings, my mom always puts a fight with my dad that he has no sole right to the bride price, as he did not pay her own bride price."
Now, you now imagine this woman. Another reason I put her online, sorry, because the time had gone, was that when each time she asked for support, especially when the children got admission to the university, the family of the husband will say, well, as she has been doing it, let her do it. The thing is that, when they want to get married, that is our own kidney to come and determine the bride price. Can you imagine? You did not raise, you did not train, then on the marriage, you want to collect bride price. But if this woman calls any of those family members or you give them a table on that let me not.
Anyways, there's another message. This is Daniel, and he says, "Good morning, barrister and wonderful. Sir, kindly throw more light in the difference between Equity Registry and local government registry. Is it true that the embassies only recognize the
Let me tell you something. According to the Constitution, according to the schedule, the local governments are in charge of marriages. It has been taken to court, and that law has been interpreted. If you choose to go to Ikoyi registry, it is your prerogative, but by law, it is the local government councils that are in charge of marriages. I went to Yaba LCDA to get married. Once it is the marriage certificate that Ikoyi gives is the same marriage certificate that local government councils give. The American embassy cannot tell Nigerians which is legitimate or not. They cannot. If they go, it is the state that keeps record. Do you understand? So if they go to the state to confirm, will they see that yes, they are legally married or not? So when people start with that argument, it is foolish. I don't know why people do that. Say, Ikoyi, but it is well. You are free.
Okay, we'll go straight into the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Wale, that's my name.
Okay, Wale, go on. You have 1 minute, please.
Hello?
Yes, go
Please
on.
go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I want to just talk in respect of that Mr. Adekoke. Because he said that at times experience more. And I think he needs to look at that wife. I have similar experience when my wife
got out nice, only for me to discover that she was depressed. And then
Sir, you are breaking up. You have 30 seconds. You are breaking up, sir. Go ahead, sir. We can't hear you, sir.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Please go ahead, sir.
What I'm saying is that I later discovered that she was depressed. And then I
took her to the hospital and she was treated. And then later we find out what causes the depression. She always come to my office and see beautiful women. Probably she thought that probably I might be sleeping with them because of that. I saw jealousy in her.
Sir, that is that. Oh boy. Yes, sir. Sorry.
The reason why the wife took out knife, they need to verify.
Sir, you really. Let me interject here. I think Baba is not hearing me. Thank you very much, sir. That was not depression. That was jealousy. Jealousy is what will bring out a knife to murder someone because they see you with fine women. So that means if you become successful in life, you just increase the probability that you'll be murdered by your wife. Because success brings a lot of these attributes. You'll be in a position, are you expected to get a very ugly secretary or you start having very ugly, are there such things as ugly, but let me use it just in this context. So you see pretty women in an organization, meaning you kill your husband because he's the head of that organization. Please don't even subscribe. That is not depression. That is not depression. In fact, men suffer more depression than women. So that means men should start bringing out knives to go close to their wives and see if they can end it there. That is, sir, I don't even buy your argument for one. You endangered your life because you would have been killed in a jealous rage. In a fit of jealousy, you would have been murdered. And you think that what you did is right. People had to guide her. You said, and people guided her. People had to guide her for your safety instead of running for your safety.
Anyways, I would take the phone lines again. The mail only line is 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993. The female only line is 0201 465 7190. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We thank God, sir. You have 1 minute, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, sir. So, my own observation is that the woman that you call, that you have a conversation with this body, we have a lot of issues like that in our world. But you don't have for long. Have you ever talked second part of the story. I heard from the husband's side.
The husband's side on how he's not paying the school fees. Should I ask him why?
He's got the school fees matter. You cannot tell if he's paying or not. The woman,
we cannot tell.
They are so dangerous. Women are so dangerous.
Sir, with immediate effect, I would silence your call. With immediate effect. What do they call those people? Is it not even a narcissist? When you are no, there is a word when you are for a gender and you are calling another gender. You are talking to a woman who raised 3 children. The children that have graduated, that know that their mother the man has not paid a dime. You are saying, have I asked the man the other side of the story why he is not paying school fees and has not paid school fees before? That women are so wicked. So the woman prevented. Look at this gentleman.
I think earlier you stated that the man said it's only 15,000 he can give for the 3 children,
and he did not give it.
That was what she stated.
He did not give the 15,000 naira for 3 children, and he did not give it. And you are telling me to ask for the man's side of the story. What is he chauvinist? Is it what? Why is it that it is English that is my problem now?
Anyways.
There is a word for it. Is it chauvinist? A man that will be, that you just stand for a gender, or a woman that will be saying, oh, men are wicked. What kind of? And this man is married, and he's married. He has children. Saying women are very wicked. So this is an excuse for him to be irresponsible as well. You can't call me with that kind of. You can't call me with that.
And 2 of them are done with school.
Ladies and gentlemen, because of what this man has said, please, I want to, women, men, good meaning men and women. My number is 0909 3214 942. 0909 3214 942. Please, I want to raise just something little for this woman. We would like to reward her for being a mother. For a man that would excuse the irresponsibility of a father and say that women are wicked. This is an example of please, ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to, whether with a job for that her son that just finished. It doesn't have to be a job of 10 billion naira, just something, because that's what she was looking for in the rain, in the sun. She was just, the boy is looking for what she too as a mother got up and she's making calls, going out, looking for. Please, I am appealing to everybody, whatever we can do for this woman. Her effort will not go in vain. She could have made the easy way out. She stood, the man went. And another man is saying I should hear the other side of the story. Where do these men come from?
Yeah, I think the word you're looking for is misogynist.
Misogynist.
A person who dislikes and strongly is against women. Misogynist, yes. Okay, we'll go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. Go on.
My name is Romeo, calling from my dad.
Okay, Romeo, you have just 1 minute, please.
I have a program about Martha is saying, and I thank you for his messages. According to the Bible, the 12 tribes of Israel, the children of Israel, were born out of 4 women. Understand? 2 were legitimate, the men 2 were not legitimate, but the 2 came with their 2 mates, and they gave birth to their children also, and God accepted them. In this case, what do you do to ourselves?
So we should have what? Female concubines? Is that we should have house helps and then what? Start giving birth with house helps? I don't understand what that. You see, this is where religion is coming. We are talking about law. He said Abraham. Are we Jews? Are we in Israel? Are we in Israel? Are we Israelites? Even in Israel, they don't do that. Israelis don't do what you just mentioned.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
This message, I don't know if this person wants to remain anonymous. And it says, I want to ask, can we use the church wedding certificates to travel out with the family? We were told that it is government recognized. If no, please, what can we do?
Well, maybe a trial will convince you. Go and marry legally. Simple. I don't know why. Are you dodging marriage? And then women are giving birth for you? Women gone, you are the cause of your own problems. Right from the beginning of time, women have been the cause of your own problems.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, Kim, you have just 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Director, I just want to say thank you for the stuff that you have talked here. All the really nice. And a lot, especially. You know that before I was thinking of staying with woman. I'm a guy, you don't mind my voice. I was thinking of staying with woman before give birth first, before going to pay the bride price. I thought it's normal thing because some people do behave like that. Some people do such a thing, something like that. But as I had all these things that have said here, I changed my mentally saying. I changed my all this kind of mentality that I used to say all the time. I will first born before paying the bride price of man. But thank God I still need to enjoy from today. So I learned a lot. I just want to say thank you. All you have said is true. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, this person wants to remain anonymous. Okay, it says, good morning, barrister. Can we regard where bride price is being paid on a woman at the presence of few members of a woman and a man, including their parents, as legitimate marriage? Barrister, this question is for you.
Come again.
He says, can we regard where a bride price is being paid on a woman at the presence of few members of a man and a woman, including their parents, as legitimate marriage?
If it is called bride price and it has been paid, if it is called bride price and it was paid to the rightful authority, the parents of then it is. So I was trying to call this gentleman. He sent me a message. He said, Oga, stop listening to just women's side of the story. Women lies a lot. You are passing one-way judgment, sir. Is that how your own court works? But the gentleman is not bold enough to pick his call. I wanted to put him right on here. Women lies a lot. So men don't lie. I'm just wondering. Men irresponsibility. So am I talking about whatever abuse she faced in her husband's house, or the fact that somebody paid their children's school fees? It's unfortunate that we have, you women, these are the kind of people you choose and you fall in love with, and then you start saying that life is hard.
I feel maybe they don't understand, but let's leave it at that.
Oh God, stop listening.
We'll go straight to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you coming from? Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, sir. Mr. Emeka, good morning, sir.
As a man of thinking and liking that, I've said it before. I'm living with my fingers with the face. If I do the thing now, little thing, I'll be getting pain through my eyes. You see, when we see that one, like you don't meet that one, you will see our leaders, the leaders, to come and preach. You will change the fact. Now you hold that one down. Now you hold it down.
Okay, Emeka, you have a few seconds left, Emeka. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emeka. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a responsible father.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a responsible father. Let me just try to round this up. Illegitimate unions should not be excused. We have people here trying to, when you try to make excuses for things, I would think that you are part of it. Probably that is your kind of marriage, and in a bid to save face, you are calling to try to make an excuse for it, that you are not legally married, but you have lived with a woman and children for so long. Please let it not get into the next generation. Don't destroy their lives with that kind of example. Women, stop thinking a man is I don't know how you just want to be in a man's house. You want to just be in suffering. At the end of the day, I don't even attend. Once you have that kind of union, you are not married, you have 2, 3, more than one child, and you call out to me, I will not help you in any way. I would not, because that means it is intentional. When you keep repeating the same thing, you have 4, 5 children, you keep repeating it. Where do you want to? It is not what we should encourage. From the family house, from Olori Ebi to the religious homes, churches and mosques, to even in society, socially. We agree one child, that could have happened, but that should be the end of it. Thank you for listening, and next week is the 3rd Saturday of the month, and the Purple Curtain is next week Saturday at number 14 Ogulano Drive, Surulere, from 12 to 3. Please prepare to attend, not only just attend, but to attend on time. All these questions people are asking, I will be there in person to answer. It is a time for questions and answers, and those who have issues that they might want us to intervene or want some help, this is where you can get me to listen to you directly. Now, for health reasons, I am limiting, I'm no longer going to any office. I had a medical emergency last week to the scare of a lot of people, and I don't want to repeat it again. So I have been told to stop, to just stop. And I have to, because I would like to live long. I also have children. So that 3rd Saturdays of every month is the Purple Curtain, and if you have any question, you meet me there. You go there, you meet with me there, you ask your question. You need to see what happens at the Purple Curtain. You need to see the people that come. It is not for married people only, it's for singles. It is for some people come to learn, some people come to ask questions, people in relationships. Please, before we beg you that, don't kill me. Then after some time you say, don't kill yourself. Please keep it a date. Next week's every 3rd Saturday. Next week Saturday, 12 to 3. Prepare to attend, please. Yes, you can reach out to me 0909-3214-942. And please, those who might want to support this woman that I just said, I'm not even asking for us this time around, but for this woman, if you have a job, if you belong to, and please don't send me messages that you'll be sending me, go to no, don't send me those kinds of messages. If you have help you want to render, then let us render it. Don't say, I go to this place, they will help you. Don't send me that kind of messages, please. Those kinds of messages. If you have some help, then you can send it. If you don't know anything or you are not capable, then let us end it there. And please, I would also appeal, what we do, you cannot imagine. I saw myself on a documentary, I think 2 days ago. I think a journalist had been investigating a matter. They found out that I was the one. So it was on DSTV. I saw the documentary. It was, wow. At least there you will see some of what we do. And it is with the support we get from you that we are able to perform. Please, those who have committed to helping us, either monthly or any way you can, please don't forget to, it's not a pledge, it is just what do they call it when you say we want to help this person? That's what it is. Support. Support. Thank you very much. And let us go back to the phone lines.
We'll take a few messages, just a few. This is someone from Ikeja. He says, "Thank you, Barrister, for your good work. Let's say it as it is. About 40% of men choose to stop sending money for upkeep after their wives denied them access to their kids. I didn't send money to my ex for 6 months when she denied me access to my children until I listened to you. I started sending her money and took her to court over custody instead. You cannot want me to do my duties and deny me my rights." This is Samuel from Ikeja. That's what Samuel said. Anyways, we take just one phone call. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Robert. Barrister, good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning. You have just one. You have 60 seconds, please. Or even 30 seconds.
I just want to wish you, I'm happy hearing your voice every Saturday.
Oga Robert, God must have done something. Did you have an encounter with, what happened? Did something happen?
No, sir, not sir. I just want to wish you, I love your program, I love to hear your voice. God will continue to bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Robert.
God bless
So
Mr. Roberts. I think they have to chase me out.
Yes, coming up next is a discuss with Uncle Jimmy, and it has been an honor to have you here from 7 a.m. till this time. My name is Wonderful, and see you same time next week, Saturday.